And last week, largely peaceful demonstrations, the vast majority of demonstrators being very peaceful. And we're joined by Derek Valcourt now, who talked to community leaders, religious leaders who are calling for peace.
And they say they have the power to do that. They say right now many in the community do not want to listen to police and lawmakers. They say religious leaders, have the power to inspire people to lead by example. After watching what was happening, dozens of men of faith from around the city stepped up and out, taking to the streets of West Baltimore, not armed, instead arm in arm, putting themselves between police and some of the protesters as they marched through the streets.
Because we are the peacekeepers within our city, and we will not just depend on the National Guard, but there are persons out there who recognize the ministers of this city and whose actions can be dissuaded by our presence.
Yesterday was a black eye. It was regrettable and inexcusable, but we can't live in the past. We can only move forward.
Reverend Jamal Bryant helped lead some of the peaceful protests calling for justice in the Freddie Gray case. Today, his church, Empowerment Temple, is opening its doors to City High School students to teach them about the civil rights movement and the power of peaceful protests, and teaching them the impact the rioting and looting will now have on the city.
How does that get us justice for Freddie Gray? Burning down and looting CVS where our grandparents have to get their prescription filled. How were they supposed to get their medicine? To loot and to get tennis shoes does not get us justice. You don't get justice and violence in the same sentence.
As the National Guard right now, their staging area over M&T Bank Stadium, their presence largely hoping to secure a lot of peace in the city, and these religious leaders say that is the message that they will push over the next few days. But I got to tell you, there's a flip side to the coin here. We've talked to many people in the community, and we're hearing some through social media who say even though they may not personally themselves have been part of the rioting, they feel like violence is the answer. There are a small people out there who say peaceful protests got them nowhere. They feel angry with the system, angry with police, and they say this was needed to make change in the community.
They think this will work. All right, Derek, thank you. Let's go to